Well, it's Sunday and the day after wedding, so it doesn't matter when, you know what I mean? It doesn't matter how easy the wedding is. You still need time to recover. It's a lot of work. They didn't have, I just had a gummy. It's like for women's health and shit. You'll understand when you're older. Anyway, when you're in the city, when you're working in the city, parking is never easy. Like, whether it's New York City or Philadelphia, it's very rare that there's parking like where the venue is. We have to trek all of our equipment to and from the venue. Thank goodness we had our new guy. His name is Shanak. 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 I am so terrible with names and I feel horrible about it. I hope I said it right. Anyway, he's wonderful, lovely, and such a huge help. And he's so like gung ho, and it's wonderful having him on the team. Still miss Eric, but we have to keep moving forward. And honestly, so blessed to have Shanak. Honestly, he's really just, oh, he's so excited. And I love that energy. It's wonderful. Anyway, I'll show you the fit. It's not exciting. It's a gym set because it's warm outside, and Suki and I are going to take a beautiful walk outside. I'm going to get the matcha ready. And today, what the hell am I doing today? I don't know yet. I'll figure it out. But it's going to be luxurious, whatever it is, because days after wedding, I need to recover. It's a lot of work filming. A lot. Anyway, let me show you the fit, and then we're going to go out, take the puppy, get the matcha going, and yeah, let's go. Yay! So exciting. Today is a mustard gym set. You can see that I took a shower and I have all of my body oil all over it because that's just how we roll. Anyway, yeah, very exciting. Let's the favorite shoe. All right, let's go get our matcha going. We're trying something new in the sense of I mixed my mushroom matcha with my vanilla matcha instead of putting my mocha hot chocolate in it. But it's still like a really dark green, which is interesting because I have milk in there and you'd think it'd be lighter, but it's not. Anyway, it's delicious. Look at the foam. I love it. Anyway, so good. So I'm going to enjoy this, but first I'm going to take the puppy out and have a nice, refreshing matcha. I'm going to put more ice in there. Right now it's kind of like still melting, and obviously we have all this foam going on. So as soon as I get back, the foam will have come down a little bit, and I can put more ice in there, and it could be so good and icy cold. I'm ready. All right, so let's go take the puppy out and then enjoy the matcha. Do you want to take a walk? Good girl. Being out here makes me like, it's got all my creative juices flowing. Like I just want to do creative photos and creative video, like just like tell a story without like even saying anything, like letting the outfit or the makeup or the hair just like speak for itself, the environment speak for itself, and like you just take away from it what you will, It's just something so magical about being in nature that just kind of creates this like romantic, I want to do like aesthetic videos. I think that would be so fun. So I think I'm gonna try and come up with a few ideas. I'm kind of really into like fairies and like witches and magic and stuff, and I think that would be super fun, especially when it plays into like nature And yeah, sorry, it's like mosquito central in here though, but you know. Anyway, I think that would be really fun to do videos like that and kind of just bring my vision to life. I have everything that could do it, so I think we should do it. Anyway, that's what I'm thinking. I'm gonna enjoy being in the woods. It's absolutely gorgeous, and I'll check in with you later. Cheers. Here's the thing. I wanted to make something, and I was going to show you how to make something I really like. But then I discovered I'm missing some ingredients because somebody was supposed to pick everything up and didn't. So now we're going to get it. But I'm going to go look really cool at my little post lot, and let's go. I would have filmed in there, but it's crazy. Anyway, I got the goods. They look crazy right now, but aside from the pineapple juice, all will be revealed and make sense. All right, let's go home and let's make some dinner. Hi, I promised you cooking before, and I didn't give you any cooking. So today I decided we're gonna cook today, and we're going to cook one of my hands down favorite dishes of all time that I've ever made. It is a Korean dish. I know. But I love it. When I first got married, I started one of the food services, Blue Apron, and they introduced me to this recipe, and it has been in my rotation ever since I discovered it. Although I have not cooked this in probably about a year, I think it is time I break it out. It's not, I would not call this a healthy meal, but it is absolutely fucking delicious. So if you're ready to enjoy one of the best meals, if you like sweet and savory, let me tell you, if you make this, your life will be forever changed. I'm telling you, you'll never want anything else. So let's get started. I'm gonna grab all of my ingredients and I'm gonna show you what we need, and then we're gonna get started. So let's do it. First thing we're gonna need is 1.5 pounds of ground pork. I don't actually measure the amount that I have. I just get what I think is enough, and here we go. That looks like enough to me. So that's ground pork, 1.5 pounds of ground pork. Then, okay, so this is actually incorrect. So I had somebody get the ingredients for me, most of them. And they didn't get the right ones, but these are rice cakes. Honestly, you should get the flat ones because they have more surface area and they can collect the sauce and the flavor better. Don't get these. But this is what I've got, so this is what we're gonna use. So you need some rice cakes. You need about 1 pound of Korean rice cakes. So here you go. Then you're gonna need 2 cloves of garlic. I don't use 2 cloves of garlic. I use the entire head of garlic, so let me show you. Yeah, we use the whole garlic here. We're not a 2 head, 1 head, 3 little cloves. No. Whole head of garlic, that's what we do here. That's how we roll. We're garlic people. I need 2 heads of baby bok choy. I don't do 2 heads of baby bok choy. I do the whole thing. I do all the baby bok choy. It's good for you. And it's like spinach in the sense that it like shrinks down to nothing. So get as much as you want. And what we're gonna do with this is we're gonna chop the very base of it off, and then we're gonna use the rest of it and chop that up and put it in there. Then we're going to get a soy glaze. Let me get it. So this is a soy glaze. This is what I like to use. It's fantastic. You can get this at your local Asian market. I have not found this at like a ShopRite or a usual normal, whatever. I don't want to say normal. At an American grocery store, but you can find this pretty easily at an Asian marketplace. It is fantastic. I also use this on my salmon. It is so good. It's so good. You're going to use this for like, if you, like I said, if you like sweet and savory, this is the one. This is so good. All right. We need 2 tablespoons of the soy glaze. Then we need 1.5 tablespoons of gochujang. So this is spicy, but it's also kind of a little sweet. It's fantastic. It's like sriracha, but not as spicy as sriracha and a little sweeter. It's fantastic. Get it. Get it for whatever meal you want, honestly. It goes great on eggs. You'll need 1.5 tablespoons of gochujang. Then we'll need a 1/2 inch of ginger. So what I like to do is I'll shave it with a spoon and then I'll chop it up into little bits. We need black bean sauce. Again, this is one of those things that you can only find in an Asian market. I have not found this in an American grocery store, but this stuff is also fantastic, sweet and savory, delicious. I have water in here because I'm using what's left in here. You need about 1/4 cup for that to go in your little sauce thing. And then chives, but I like scallions, so, or green onions, however you like to say it. Chop those up. I like to go all the way to the white because there's even more like onion flavor down here. Delicious, delicious. And lastly, how do you say this? Crème fraîche. Crème fraîche. Crème fraîche. I don't know. It's French, I think. It says preferred by French chefs, so I'm going to say it's French. Crème fraîche. It says you need 1/2 cup, or no, 1/4 cup. Here's the thing. This is all I use it for, this dish, so I just dump the whole thing in because otherwise it'll just go bad. So I'll just dump the whole thing in. I'm not a measure person. I'm just that tastes good. We're doing it. So I'll use the whole thing. But if you want exact ingredients, exact measurements, 1/4 cup of crème fraîche. And that's all the ingredients. So now I'm going to prep everything. I have my big ass nonstick wok back there, and we're ready to go. Oh, and I need water. How much water? 1/2 cup of water. Some of my water is in my bean sauce so I can get the liquid going. That's how I kind of like make sure that I don't waste any of it. And that's that. Okay, let's get started. Okay, so we're gonna get started. I need to get my pot going so I can get these nice and soft and ready to go. And then we're gonna combine all of these ingredients. So let me get my pot and let's get started. It's a little short. It's part of cooking, I have decided. All right, so that's going. Once it's boiling, we're gonna put our rice cakes in. But for now, we're gonna start with getting our pork cooked. We're also gonna add the seasoning of salt and pepper just to get it going, but I don't really need that many seasonings because of all the sauces that are going into this. You don't really need a lot of like salt and pepper, but just to enhance the flavor, we're gonna do that. So first let's cook our pork, which is 1.5 pounds of pork. And let me get that going so it's nice and hot. Get that going. And I'm gonna put a little olive oil in here. Let me get my salt and pepper. Suki sees me cooking. I'm not making you anything. She's ridiculous. Okay, so we're gonna get this nice and hot. We're gonna put a little olive oil in it. The olive oil that I use comes from the villa in Sicily, Mama's Villa, Villa Ama. And we're just gonna coat the pan. We're gonna wait for that to get hot, and then we're gonna throw our pork in. So let's wait for that to happen. Okay, now that I can hear the thing going, it's getting nice and hot. We're gonna dump this in. Let me get it. We're gonna mix it all up in there. I always panic because I don't want the stuff to splatter on me. It's never really a big deal. It's a little scary, actually. Ow! And it hurts. That's why we move it back down to medium. Lord. It got hot really fast. Let's put it that way. All right, so we're gonna let this get nice and brown, and I'm gonna put Suki right away. I'm gonna put a little salt and pepper in this. Season my ground beef. It's ground pork. The reason why you want to use pork instead of beef actually is because it's a sweeter meat. Not that this dish needs to be any sweeter than it already is, but in terms of how meat goes, pork is not only sweeter, but it is also leaner, which is good. It's too much. A little salt, a little black pepper. I'm gonna get that nice and brown. Oh, it's so good. Let me bring you over here so you can see what I'm doing, because, oh my God, the smell is already delicious. It's been so long since I've made this. All right. You can see everything. Great. Okay. So we're going to get this nice cooked, nice and brown. We don't want any pink. That's the thing with ground meat of any kind, chicken, beef, pork, whatever, lamb. You don't want it to ever be pink because it's already ground, and because it's ground, it has the potential of touching whatever contaminants. Now, if it was one whole piece of meat that hasn't been ground up yet, then it's safer to have on the more rare side. But when it comes to meat that is ground up, you want to be safe and make sure you have very little pink, if any at all. So I'm gonna turn that off real quick, and from here I'm going to add everything, literally everything. So get ready. We're gonna start with adding the baby bok choy. And here's the thing with that is, like, it looks like a lot. It is a lot, but it cooks down very quickly. Let me turn my thing back on. Go back to medium. I don't want to add anything else yet until it cooks down, just because it's full. And that's the thing. That's probably why it tells you not to have you know, a whole bunch of it just because, you know, you gotta fit it all in the pan, but this is how I work. I'm an all or nothing kind of gal. I use all of it because I don't want to waste it. I don't want to, like, just use it all, you know what I'm saying? It's gonna cook down to nothing anyway. So we're gonna cook this down. It's already pretty much integrating and cooking down already. So now, let's add everything else. Why not? I'm gonna start with the water to continue its journey in cooking down. This is all the glazes, all the sauces, everything. So I'm just gonna put that in there. This is our flavor. I bet you my water's boiling, so I gotta put the rice cakes in there now. All right, we are going to start mixing all this in, integrating it all, the flavors. Let me get my, let's go a little higher. Oh, you see all the juices. We're gonna go high now. Just to cook off all that you see the liquid, the excess liquid? We're gonna cook it all off while we let the flavors sink into our meat. Let me get my rice cakes going, 'cause that's probably ready to go. Yeah, she's boiling. All right. This will take about 3 to 4 minutes to cook the rice cakes. Just let it do its thing. I'm gonna put my other aromatics in, so that would be my garlic and ginger while this cooks. This is my garlic. My ginger. I like big flavor, so I use all of it. I don't know who taught me to just measure with your heart, but that's how we do. I know who did it. It's my mom. She doesn't measure anything. We can never create the same the same recipe ever again because we just measure with our heart. We just know. It's just how it goes. Oh, hey Siri, set a timer for 3 minutes. You gotta make sure that those are cooked right. Okay. So we're gonna let that do its thing. The last thing I have to, not the last, second to last, I'm gonna put my green onions in, my chives, my scallions, whatever. And I'm gonna save some of them to put on top of the meal after, but like most of them are going in the dish. Honestly, most of it's supposed to be just the white part of the scallions that you put in, and then the rest of the scallions go on top of your dish when you're ready to serve it. But, you know, I'm not, this is how I cook. This is how we do things in my kitchen. Don't worry, it's still gonna be amazing. Chefs everywhere are rolling in their graves, but let's be honest, it's all good. Do you see how little the baby bok choy is now? Like, it's like barely in there. And they only wanted me to use like 2 heads of it. What would that do? This is a much healthier dish because I have everything in it now. You're welcome. Let's stir this up and make sure they're not sticking to each other. Ooh. It's okay, calm down. We're gonna also want to taste it. I know that my meat is already cooked because I cooked it to brown already. You want to taste the flavor of everything. Sorry, it was hot. Oh my God, so good. Oh, it's so good. Guys, make this dish. It's so delicious. I burned my tongue, but it was worth it. So delicious. Put this on medium. Okay. Hey Siri, off. Okay, so this should be good to go. I'm going to drain my rice cakes and then I'm gonna put them in here. The last thing after I put the rice cakes in this will be the crème fraîche. And that's the meal. That's it. Listen, the longest part of making this is literally prepping everything. But I feel like that's like the case for everything. So let me drain this and then we're gonna put, you want it to be like soft and doughy. It's kind of like mochi in a way where it's like chewy and so good. So then it like collects the flavor. Sorry, it's really hot. Yep. That's what you want. I'm gonna dump this, well, the water, and I'm gonna put them in here. Delicious. Well, it will be once it gets the flavor. Hold on. My bad. Oh, it's so heavy. Ooh. Nope. It's spilling. Okay. Ugh. Oh, I cooked a thing. I guess there were 2 in there. I took 1 out. There's more in here. They're just stuck to the bottom. All right, hold on. Okay, so now we're gonna integrate this and it's gonna have all the delicious saucy flavors. So good. Once I've integrated everything, sorry, I'm so excited about this. Now, let me remind you, don't do these balls. I mean, you can if you want to, but my suggestion is there's this different kind of rice cakes and they are flat. And because they are flat, they have more surface area and they collect more flavor. And in my opinion, are delicious, more so than I would assume these round ball rice cakes are, because these are just, because they're all round, there's a center and you'll have more of like the rice cake than the flavor, if that makes sense. When you have the flat surface, the flavor just sits on the surface there and it just enhances. So good. Okay. Finally, we're gonna want to take this off the heat. Okay. And then, last but not least, the crème fraîche. Like I said, I'm going to use all of it because otherwise it'll just go bad because I don't use it for anything else. I'm sure there are other recipes I could use it for, but because I've already added so much to this recipe with all the baby bok choy and, you know, everything, we're gonna do it this way. Boop. Well, that was easier than I anticipated it being. And we're just gonna integrate all of that. Oh my God, it's delicious. Honestly, that's it. I don't know how long this episode's gonna be cooking with me, but you guys, this is one of those meals that will change your life. It's one of the best. Like I said, if you like sweet and savory, this is the best meal you'll ever have in your life. I'm not even exaggerating. Like if you like mochi and chewy textures and like, again, sweet and savory, this is gonna be amazing. All right, I'm gonna check back in with you once I plate this. This will probably last us a few days because, you know, it's just the two of us, but cheers. Make it. It's delicious. It's so good. Anyway, hold on, let me finish today's episode. Let me get you. And that's today's episode. So I'm going to enjoy this. I hope you had an amazing day. I'm going to clean up this chaos. And yeah, thank you so much for spending time with me today. Please don't forget to like and subscribe. And if you want to try something incredible and you want somebody to fall in love with you by your culinary skills, this is the dish. This is it. Anyway, I'll see you tomorrow. Until next time.